clearly gone through a full range of emotions tonight. So I just wonder, as you sit there right now, kind of what's going through your head. How you feeling?
I feel amazing. I finally got to the UFC. I can't even believe it. I'm in the UFC. Oh my God. I'm in the UFC. That's something I've been dreaming about before I even started training. I remember being at school, being a young kid, like 6, 7, 8 years old, and saying, I don't need to listen to this stuff. I'm going to be UFC champ one day. And I can't believe the stuff what's happened in the lead up to this fight to go wrong. And it's God testing me. How bad do you want it? And I went out there and showed how bad I wanted it, you know what I mean? So I was willing to die in there. You know, people live for meaning, and my meaning in life is to fight. So I'm so happy that I'm in the UFC, and I'm really going to cause some damage.
It's awesome. Let's talk about the weight miss. Obviously, I know you're not interested in making any excuses or anything like that, but as you said, it hasn't happened in your career. So, I mean, is there anything that you want to share about what made it so difficult for you?
Well, to be honest, I don't really know what's happened, as in, I've had something in the week. I don't know what it was, what's held onto my water. So as I've gone to cut the weight, I'm cutting the weight for like 8, 9 hours straight, in the bath, out the bath, into towels, into sauna, straight 8, 9 hours. And I would have made the weight if I had actually had a bit more time. I would have made the weight as well, because they had me waiting in the back saying, oh, you've missed the weight, you got to wait there. And then I ended up only having 20 minutes back in the bath, so I would eventually have made it, but obviously, like, no excuse. That is definitely something, you know, I now need to fix on, you know. But now I'm in the UFC, I can even afford more to get better nutritionists on top of my game and stuff like that. And I can't believe that nearly cost me my opportunity in the UFC. You know, I'm so upset about it, and, you know, I don't know what's held water onto me, but it's something I've had over here in America. So, you know, something's held the water onto me, because it's never happened before, and it's the first time.
I need to steal him real quick. I'm going to bring him right back, okay, guys?
Okay.
Jake, come with me. We'll come right back.
Dude, you have the weirdest arrival to the UFC ever. Seeing all the weird things that happened to you during your UFC career. But talk to me. Obviously, Dana came in here and mentioned a little bit about, you know, what happened behind the scenes and that sort of thing. I know you talked to him out there. I mean, do you have any insight at all into what happened? I know you said maybe a difference in humor or whatever, but I mean, is there anything that stands out?
To be honest, I don't know what I've said to someone to upset them, but I want to straight out say, if I've upset anyone, I haven't meant it. It ain't come from a malicious way. You know what I mean? That's not my nature. That's not me as a person. I'm not nasty in a malicious way. So I just feel like maybe it's like a misinterpretation because of me being, you know, like with Bisping. People don't understand Bisping because he's British. It's like a different, you know, like even I was at the Whole Foods, and when I was at Whole Foods, I was like to someone, "You all right, mate?" And then he was like, "Yeah, I'm all right. Are you all right?" Like, I don't think he understood what I was saying. I was just saying, "You all right?" Like, but you know, I don't really know what I've said and done to anyone. Next time, I'm just gonna keep my mouth closed. I ain't gonna say anything. You know what I mean? So I don't upset no one, because obviously, I don't want something like that hindering what I've been working for my whole entire life. You know what I mean? So, yeah, straight up, sorry to anyone I've upset. I didn't mean it from a malicious way. And when I got told by my manager. I was like, what have I said? And I even said to my coach, he's like, what have I said? What have we said? And they're like, I don't know. So, you know, it's one of them. But sorry, again.
Fair enough. Well, look, let's put the weird stuff aside. On the flip side of it, you got Dana White saying, I did this because I think this kid's special. I see something in him that I don't see in other people. When you hear that, I mean, is that exciting? Does it bring like a level of pressure and responsibility? What's the reaction to that?
To be honest, I am a special fighter, so I know I'm a special fighter. I know I'm different to everyone else. This is what I was put on earth to do. If I was born 1,000 years ago, I would have been a gladiator in the big arena, in the gladiator arena, or on the back of a horse swinging a sword. That's just the way I am. My whole family are fighters. You know, my granddad was a pro boxer, had over 350 professional fights, bare knuckle fights and everything. My dad was an amateur boxer. My other granddad was a pub brawler, you know what I mean, street fighter, big known guy. He's just passed away, man. He passed away this year. It's been a hard year for me. He passed away, my granddad, Hager. Yes, done it for him.
That's awesome. Well, that's it for me. It's been a weird one, but you're here. Like you said, you're excited. This is your dream. So give me the idea. What's the plan for the debut? I mean, is this something, do you need to go back and take a look at your diet and work some things out, or do you want to get something booked quickly? Are there names that you want to fight already? Is there a date? What's the plan for the debut?
I'm ready whenever Dana thinks it's time for me to go, you know what I mean? I'm ready whenever. I'll fight whoever. Let me smash up little Figueiredo, the little Figgy. I'll smash his head in, you know what I mean? No problem, easy work. I'm going to be championing here real quick. Yeah, man.
Congrats on the win. You mentioned the family history with so many boxers in there. How'd you go the opposite way to MMA?
Yeah, well, what it was is obviously when I was a young kid growing up, we had the fighting on the TV a lot, and the MMA was just coming out then when I was a young kid growing up. And I used to like the MMA more than the boxing. Also, when I was at school and I'd get into fights at school, I'd always like get him in a headlock and beat him in grappling. So I was always thought to myself, I'm better at the MMA. And plus, I used to find the MMA more entertaining. So, you know, I used to love watching like all the old school guys, you know. I mean, we had every video. I've got all the old boxing fights as well. So, but I was more attracted to the MMA because obviously it was more like a street fight as well at the time. So, yeah.
With that being said, you got Pride, WEC, UFC. Who are the guys that you kept an eye on and said, I'm going to kind of take a little bit of that style and make it my own?
There's loads of guys. I've took things off loads of guys. That's the thing with me is I got a very high fight IQ because that was embedded into me when I was a kid growing up. My dad always put onto me, look towards the smart fighter. So I used to, you know, like watch a lot of the smart fighters and take stuff from them. Also, like singular discipline guys, like, I don't know, Maya, for instance, his back-taking system, or even for the striking, for the wrestling, like George St. Pierre, the way he mixes it up. You know, one of my favourites back in the day was BJ Penn, the way he used to do things. I used to love Tito Ortiz back in the day, but what I'm trying to say is, like, I take things from everyone, I study and take things from everyone and put it into my game, so that's why I am the fighter I am. I do a lot of good training at my gym in Birmingham, Fearless MMA. They teach me loads, but I'm a student of the game. All I do is watch fighting. If you was to talk to me about maths or anything, I wouldn't have a clue, or talk to me about your favourite TV show. I don't know anything about that. I hardly even know about the coronavirus or anything like that. So all I know about is fighting. All I watch is fighting. All I do is fighting. That's it.
Well, that's perfect, Jake. You're in the right business. Sorry for your loss, but it's great that you're able to turn that around and pay homage by getting that UFC contract. What do you say to the people who doubt their dreams and say, am I doing this right thing? Because you got the ultimate I told you so, because you said you were going to do this since you were a kid, and here you are. Yeah,
well, when I was a kid and I was growing up and I was at school, you know, I was always thought of to do nothing in my life. I remember a teacher saying to me, you will never make it as a professional fighter. I swear to you, he said that to me when I was at school. I never amount to nothing. And look at me now, you know, in about 5 years, I'm going to be a millionaire. You know what I mean? And I always knew. Like, when I walked out to the cage today, it just felt normal. I know this was going to happen. And, you know, what I say to people who are chasing their dreams is the biggest sin in life is wasted talent. I've seen many guys waste their talent, but if you just stay on the path, you can get there. You know what I mean? And I'm here, I'm just proof of that. You know what I mean? So,
Excellent. Congratulations and best of luck, Jake.
thank you.